I know you're super excited to learn brown belt. All right, so I have the music right here. Brown belt uses all the letters that we have used so far. Brown belt uses all of the notes that we have learned all the way back to white belt. All right, it's B, A, G, and E. So let's review those 4 notes, B, A, G, and E. So let's start with just holding the recorder correctly. Do you remember this? Now remember, it's so hard because we're backwards and I'm on a screen or whatever. So the best thing I can do is just show me your right hand. This is your right hand, the hand that you pledged to the flag with. Your right hand. The recorder in my right hand is where we will begin. I hold it at the bottom, then move it to my chin. With my left hand, I make an L. Look at your left hand. Do you see an L? If it's a backwards L, then you're wrong. You've got to switch hands. It has to look like an L. With my left hand, I make an L. On the back hole, my thumb must go. I cover the top hole with my pointer finger. And now I'm ready to blow. So this is B, everybody. Your B should sound just like this. Can you try that? If it doesn't sound just like B, I want you to double check your fingers, make sure that they're fully covering the hole. If they're just slightly off the holes and you can see a little bit of the hole peeking through, then it's never going to sound like B. You've got to kind of wiggle those fingers and make sure they're firmly pressing down on those holes. Let's try B again. Now, if you're already on brown belt, then I know you've been practicing the recorder and you probably feel really great about it. But it's always good to review. It's always good to go back and just make sure you're remembering all your notes, especially because maybe you haven't played the recorder since last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. So let's review. Here's B. Let's do A. It should sound just like mine. If it doesn't, wiggle those fingers, firmly press down, blow that hot, slow air. G. G can be tricky because your fingers 1 and 2 have to be like locked in place. You can't move them just to hit the G hole. You know what I mean? Everything's got to be fully covered. Let's hear G again. All right, now let's take our 2 fingers from our right hand. Say 2 fingers and say, peace, man. That's 2 fingers, right hand. Cover the next 2 holes. Make sure your breath is hot and slow. Make sure those holes are fully covered. Here's E. So if you just played all the 4 notes and you feel really good about it, those are the 4 notes that are in brown belt, so you'll probably be okay. But if you're not sure they sounded all that good, go back on this video and practice again. Make sure it sounds the same way as when I do it. Now, to move on, let's practice moving from one note to the next, to the next, to the next, from B to A to G to E. Repeat after me. Try that. Listen. You need need to listen to the sound. I mean, I can't hear you. So you need to listen and you need to figure out if it's really sounding like the right letters. Does your B sound like my B? Does your A sound like my A? You really have to listen. Practice it. Make sure that when you press that finger, when you place it down, it's firmly pressed to cover that hole. All right? Here we go. One more time. Repeat after me. Listen first. Now, if you are happy with the sound, then let's move on. But if you are not thinking it sounds all that right, then you need to go back and do it again. Okay? All right, so I'm moving on to the brown belt song. So I have the music right here. And the music is, the letters are written in for you. It's always like a real treat when the letters are written in. But really, I want you to be looking at the note. I don't really want you to be looking at the letter. I mean, I know it's there, but you got to be looking at this note. See how that black circle is right on line number 3? That's your staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's line number 3. You need to be able to know what B looks like, even if Mrs. Fraser doesn't have it written there for you. Like, would you know that that was B? There's 2 B's and 2 A's. The A is on the space below. And then you have 2 G's. Now, these are half notes. Just because the circle isn't filled in doesn't like change it. It's a G. It's on line number 2. It just means that when you get here, you hold it out. I'm going to play this whole song for you. Can you please just listen, follow the notes, and listen to Mrs. Fraser do it? If you want, do the fingering. Finger along, but don't play, because I really want you to listen to what it's supposed to sound like, okay? Beige Blues. Starting with B. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's what it's supposed to sound like. Were you playing with me or just listening? I really hope you're just practicing the fingering. I'm going to do it again. We can do it. Listen and follow my fingers. Ready? Here we go. This song, I think, is long and hard, and I don't think that you can play it unless you are looking at it. You need to look at each note and kind of follow along, okay? You need to look at it. So actually, I'm going to show you the music, and I'm going to sing it. My recorder just fell. I'm going to sing it and point to each note. Ready? B, B, A, A, G, G. B, B, A, A, G. G, G, E, E, G, G. G, G, A, A, G. A, 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 G, G, G. G, G, A, A, G. if anyone in your house is hearing me, they probably think this is like the most ridiculous song. I mean, it's weird singing letters. Don't you want to sing words? It's weird singing letters, but it helps us. All right, you need to practice this. You need to follow along the music and try to practice right with Mrs. Fraser, firmly pressing down on the key on the holes and blowing that hot, slow air. So let's do something a little different. I'm going to try to show you this and point to it, okay? Actually, maybe I'll grab like a pencil. Do I have a pencil here? Okay. So I'm going to point and I want you to stay right with Mrs. Fraser's pointing. Ready? Here we go. Start with B. Make sure your left hand is on top. Make sure your left hand's on top. Don't forget. Left thumb, left pointer finger, then be ready for the next fingers, and then be ready for your right hand too. All right, here we go. Stay with Mrs. Fraser now. Try to do the whole song. 1, 2, ready, go. B, B, A, G, G, B, B, A, G, 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 E, E, G, 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 A, G, A, G, 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 A, G. How'd you do? All right, I have a little video for you to watch. It's just about the staff. It's just about really like putting those notes on the 5 lines and 4 spaces, just about the staff. It's just kind of cute. I hope you like it and learn a little bit more about reading music on the staff. Remember, it's not always going to be written here, right? You're going to have to be figuring this out on your own. So this next video will help you do just that.
When we write down our music, we do it by placing some notes on the staff. This is what a music staff looks like. As you can see, a staff has 5 lines. And in between the 5 lines are 4 spaces. Here's a note we've put on the staff. We've put it right on top of a line. Our note has a line going right through the middle of it. We can say that notes like this are on a line. Here are some examples of some more line notes. You can see that each one of them has a line going right through the middle of it. Here's another note we've placed on the staff. It doesn't have a line going through the middle of it. This note has been put in the space between 2 lines. We can say that this note is on a space. All of these notes are space notes. They are placed in the space between the lines. Do you think you understand the difference between line notes and space notes? Let's play a quick game of line or space. Is this note on a line or on a space? This note is between 2 lines. We can say that this note is on a space. Here's another one. Is it on a line or on a space? Now this one does have a line going right through the middle of it. It is on a line. How about this one? Would you say on a line or on a space? This note is also on a line. One more for you to try. Line or space? There's no line going right through the middle of this note. It is on a space. Sometimes when we are putting notes on the staff, we might want to keep adding notes even higher than the top line or lower than the lowest line. In this case, we've gone up to the space above the very top line. If we want to keep going higher, we're going to need to add another line. We call this short little line a ledger line. And we only add them when we want to place notes above or below the staff. Out of this group of 6 notes, we could say that these 3 notes are on a line, and these 3 notes are all on spaces. Let's try our game of line or space again. What would you say for this note? On a line or on a space? Well, this note is sitting above a ledger line, but the ledger line doesn't go through the middle of the note. This note is on a space. Here's one more. Would you answer line or space? This note does have a line going through its middle, a ledger line. This note is on a line. Now that you know a little bit about the staff and the music alphabet, you're ready to begin learning about different letter notes on the staff.
All right, was that okay? So look, you have got to practice BAGE Blues. You want to just play it over and over again until you feel like you're ready to test, okay? So good luck, practice your music, go back on this video, make sure it sounds just like mine, and then head on over to Seesaw to send me a video. All right, before we end our video for today, I have a little cool piano video of the Bare Necessities. Do you remember that song? I think you're gonna really like it. Fun videos. I don't know. I think it came out pretty good. All right. So you are going to practice the recorder and send me a video. Hey, if you have time, check out the virtual classroom. There's always stuff to do there. All right. Bye.